Welcome back to my channel today. We explore the value of specific coin, the top 3 most valuable USA gold-plated $1 coins value in today's market. So let's get started. First up, the gold-plated US $1 coins from 1885 and 1889 featuring President Grover Cleveland, with no mint mark, and how much these coins are worth in today's market when found in good condition. Before we dive into the current value of these coins, let's talk a little about the history behind them. Grover Cleveland was the 22nd and 24th President of the United States, making him the only U.S. president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. The Presidential $1 coin program, which launched in 2007, honored each U.S. president by issuing a $1 coin featuring their portrait. Grover Cleveland was honored with 2 different coins, one for each term he served. These coins were released in 2012. However, here's where things get a little confusing. Some collectors come across what appears to be an 1885 or 1889 gold $1 coin featuring Cleveland and wonder if it's a genuine piece from the 19th century. In truth, the original U.S. Mint never issued $1 coins in 1885 or 1889 with Grover Cleveland's portrait. What people are often referring to are modern commemorative or novelty coins that are gold-plated, and these are not official mint issues from those years. In fact, genuine U.S. $1 coins from the 1800s did exist, but they never bore Grover Cleveland's image. So what exactly are these gold-plated 1885 and 1889 Grover Cleveland $1 coins? Most of them are privately minted collectibles, or souvenir coins. They often resemble official U.S. currency in size and design, but they are not legal tender. Typically, they are brass coins plated with a thin layer of gold, usually 24 karat. These were often sold through infomercials or collectible shops, especially during the early 2000s when coin collecting experienced a resurgence. The lack of a mint mark on these coins also adds to the mystery. On genuine U.S. mint coins, a missing mint mark usually means the coin was struck in Philadelphia. But since these gold-plated Cleveland coins are not official U.S. currency, the absence of a mint mark doesn't have the same meaning. Instead, it's simply a design choice or a result of being privately produced without official mint oversight. Now, let's discuss the condition. When we talk about coins in good condition, we're generally referring to those with minimal wear, strong detail, and no significant damage such as scratches or corrosion. Good condition for collectible or novelty coins like these means the plating is intact and the details of the design are still visible. Because these coins are not officially issued by the U.S. Mint and were mass-produced for collectors, their value is generally low. Despite being gold-plated, the actual gold content is minimal, often less than $1's worth of gold. These coins are considered more as collectibles or curiosities rather than true investment pieces. In good condition, a gold-plated Grover Cleveland $1 coin from 1885 or 1889 without a mint mark typically sells for between $2 and $10. The price depends largely on the condition and appeal to collectors rather than rarity or metal content. On occasion, if sold in original packaging or as part of a set, these coins might fetch a bit more, perhaps up to $15 or $20. But this is not the norm. There are exceptions. Some sellers on online marketplaces like eBay or Etsy may list these coins for higher prices, sometimes $30 or even $50. But it's important to understand that listing prices are not the same as actual selling prices. A quick check of completed sales shows that most of these coins do not sell for more than $10 unless they're part of a larger set or come with special packaging. So while these coins may not bring in a fortune, they can still be a fun piece of history to own. Their value lies more in their unique story and appearance than in any investment potential. For collectors who focus on presidential memorabilia or novelty coins, a gold-plated Grover Cleveland $1 coin makes an interesting addition. It also serves as a reminder to always verify the authenticity and origin of collectible coins before assuming they hold significant monetary value. If you're ever in doubt about the value of a coin in your possession, it's a good idea to consult a reputable coin dealer or grading service. They can provide more accurate information based on the specific characteristics of your coin. To wrap up, while the 1885 and 1889 gold-plated Grover Cleveland $1 coins are eye-catching and historically themed, they are not official U.S. mint products from the 19th century. In today's market, their value ranges from a couple of dollars up to around $10 in good condition, depending on presentation and buyer interest. Their worth is primarily sentimental or collectible rather than monetary. Next up, the 1921 and 1923 editions without a mint mark, when found in extra fine condition, hold particular interest for numismatists and casual collectors alike. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at this coin, explore its background, and most importantly, discuss its current value in today's market. To begin, it's important to understand the context behind the Warren G. Harding $1 coin. Warren Gamaliel Harding was the 29th President of the United States, serving from 1921 until his sudden death in 1923. His presidency occurred during a period of significant social and economic change in the United States, following the end of World War I. As a result, coins bearing his image have historical value tied not just to their material composition, but to the time they represent. However, it is crucial to clarify a common misconception. The U.S. Mint did not officially produce any gold-plated $1 coins featuring Warren G. Harding in 1921 or 1923. What many collectors encounter today are actually privately altered coins. These are often standard U.S. $1 coins that were later gold-plated by private companies or individuals, often for commemorative or novelty purposes. Despite being gold-plated, these coins do not contain solid gold, nor were they ever released by the U.S. Mint in that form. That said, these altered coins can still be collectible, especially to those interested in presidential memorabilia or historical curiosities. The value of these gold-plated coins is not in their metal content, but rather in their condition, appearance, rarity in the marketplace, and interest from collectors. When assessing such a coin, one of the most important factors is condition. Coins graded as extra fine typically show only minor wear on the highest points of the design. The details remain sharp, and the coin's surfaces are generally clean and attractive. Extra fine condition sits just below about uncirculated on the coin grading scale and is considered a high grade for a coin that may have circulated. Another aspect to consider is the absence of a mint mark. A coin without a mint mark usually indicates it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. However, since we are talking about privately plated coins, the mint origin often becomes secondary to the visual appeal and overall condition when it comes to value. Now, let's talk about the real question on most viewers' minds. How much is a 1921 or 1923 Warren G. Harding $1 coin, gold-plated and without a mint mark, worth in extra fine condition in today's market? First, it's important to emphasize again that since these coins are privately altered, they are not considered rare by official numismatic standards. Most professional coin dealers and grading services do not assign high intrinsic value to gold-plated versions unless they are part of a rare or historical set or associated with a limited release by a reputable company. Generally speaking, gold-plated Warren G. Harding $1 coins from 1921 or 1923 in extra fine condition tend to sell in the secondary market for modest amounts. On online marketplaces such as eBay, Etsy, or collector forums, these coins can typically be found priced between $5 and $20. The final sale price often depends on factors such as presentation, packaging, whether the coin comes with a certificate of authenticity from a private issuer, and the overall demand from collectors at the time. Coins in better condition, especially those stored well and presented in a clear capsule or case, may fetch slightly higher prices. However, It's rare for a gold-plated Harding coin of this type to exceed $25 to $30 in value unless it has some additional provenance or collector appeal. It's also worth noting that some sellers attempt to present these coins as rare or valuable based on the gold plating. But from an investment standpoint, the gold plating itself adds negligible metal value. Most of these coins were plated with only a very thin layer of gold, often less than $1's worth in material. For collectors interested purely in gold, content, bullion, or certified gold coins are far more appropriate. That being said, these coins can still be a meaningful part of a personal collection. For new collectors, they offer a low-cost entry point into the world of presidential coins. For those interested in historical artifacts or who collect U.S. presidents, a Warren G. Harding coin can be a welcome addition, especially from the early 20th century era. To wrap up, while the 1921 and 1923 Warren G. Harding gold-plated $1 coins may not command high prices in the market, they do hold value in other ways. Whether as historical tokens, collector's items, or personal keepsakes, these coins continue to be appreciated by many. In extra fine condition and without a mint mark, their typical value in today's market ranges from $5 to $20, with some exceptions depending on presentation and collector interest. If you're looking to sell or buy one of these coins, do your research, compare recent sales on auction platforms, and be wary of exaggerated claims about their rarity or gold value. As always, when collecting coins, knowledge is your most valuable asset. Next up, the 1841 William Henry Harrison gold-plated $1 coin without a mint mark, especially in extra fine condition, is a fascinating topic for coin collectors and enthusiasts of U.S. numismatics. While it may not be a rare coin in the traditional sense, its unique attributes and historical connections make it particularly interesting. This video will explore the value, background, and market relevance of this coin, with an emphasis on what makes it stand out in the eyes of collectors today. Let's start with some historical context. William Henry Harrison was the 9th president of the United States and is best known for having the shortest presidency in American history. He served for only 31 days before dying of pneumonia, making his time in office notably brief. Despite this short term, his legacy lives on, and he remains an important historical figure. In the world of coins, his name became associated with the presidential $1 coin program launched by the U.S. Mint in 2007. The program honored each deceased U.S. president in order of service, and William Henry Harrison's coin was issued in 2009. The coin in question, the 1841 William Henry Harrison gold-plated $1 coin, is not an original coin from 1841. The United States did not mint a $1 coin with Harrison's image in that year. Instead, what you're likely seeing is a modern commemorative or novelty coin. These gold-plated coins are often privately produced using U.S. Mint-issued presidential dollar coins and then plated in gold by a private company, not by the U.S. Mint itself. They are commonly marketed as collectible items, but it's important to understand that their numismatic value is typically different from coins officially released in precious metals. Now, considering the condition of the coin, extra fine, it's important to understand what that means. Extra fine, or XF, refers to a grade used by coin collectors to describe a coin that has seen very limited circulation. It may have some minor wear on the high points, but the majority of the detail remains sharp and clear. In the grading scale, extra fine is just below about uncirculated and above very fine. It's a desirable condition, especially for collectors who want a balance between affordability and quality. As for the coin lacking a mint mark, that detail is worth noting. Mint marks identify where a coin was produced. For example, Philadelphia coins often have no mint mark, while coins from Denver have a D, and San Francisco uses an S. So a presidential dollar coin with no mint mark typically means it was minted in Philadelphia. This is a standard feature and not an error. Now we come to the question of value. A standard William Henry Harrison presidential $1 coin in circulated condition generally has a face value of $1 and little more. In uncirculated or extra fine condition, these coins can fetch slightly more, depending on market demand. However, because the coin has been gold-plated and the plating was done privately, its value doesn't increase significantly from a numismatic standpoint. Professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC do not grade gold-plated coins that were altered after minting, which also affects their resale value. That said, there is still a market for such coins, especially among casual collectors or those who collect novelty items. A gold-plated William Henry Harrison dollar in extra fine condition might sell for around $2 to $5 in today's market. Some sellers on online marketplaces may ask for more, sometimes as high as $10 or $15, especially if the coin is presented in a fancy display case or part of a set. However, it's important to distinguish between what a coin is being sold for and what it is actually worth when it comes to resale or appraisal. In terms of intrinsic metal value, gold plating is extremely thin, usually just a few microns, and adds almost no melt value. These coins are not solid gold, and the amount of actual gold on the surface is worth mere cents at most. So when buyers pay extra for these coins, they are paying for presentation and novelty rather than precious metal content or historical rarity. From a collector's point of view, it's important to evaluate your goals. If you're collecting for fun or to assemble a full set of presidential dollars with a unique twist, then a gold-plated version can be a fun and attractive addition. If your goal is investment or acquiring coins with long-term numismatic appreciation, then sticking to original U.S. mint products and avoiding post-mint alterations is usually the better strategy. It's also worth noting that many coin collectors value authenticity above all else. Altering coins in any way, including gold plating, often decreases their value among serious collectors. For this reason, coin grading and appraisal companies typically will not grade these coins, as they do not represent the coin in its original, minted form. To summarize, the 1841 William Henry Harrison gold-plated $1 coin with no mint mark and in extra fine condition is a visually appealing commemorative item. However, it is not rare, not an original 1841 issue, and does not hold significant numismatic or precious metal value. Its estimated worth in today's market is between $2 and $5, though some sellers may list it for more depending on presentation. While it may not be a major investment piece, it can still hold personal or display value for collectors who appreciate presidential history or themed coin sets. If you're considering buying or selling this coin, be sure to research similar listings. Pay attention to condition and understand what aspects of the coin are adding to its price, whether it's the plating, the packaging, or the historical association. Knowing these factors will help you make informed decisions and enjoy your coin collecting journey even more. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting content. See you, and next time, happy collecting.